Edge. We're back on the early edge, and we've got a lot of NBA to talk about today, but also a lot of WNBA. And to do that, we've got Calvin Wetzel. Calvin, I want to start, before we get to some picks, I do want to start with some storylines. Jonquel Jones' injury, kind of a big deal for the Liberty. Your thoughts on its impact?
Yeah, if you count the game where she went down in the first quarter, they're 2-3 without her, or games that she doesn't play the full game. They're 8-0 when she does play the full game. So obviously she has a massive impact. She's huge, figuratively and literally. That anchor inside, she's an elite stretch big, but her defense on the other end, shot blocking, rim protection, and her rebounding is so key for them as well. So they lose a ton without her. Thankfully, she will be back later in the season, only out 4 to 6 weeks, but they are going to have, a big task ahead of them in the coming month to continue to pile up wins without it.
Calvin, they do remain a favorite to win it at plus 115. How do you like that number? And are there other teams at this juncture that you're considering?
Yeah, right now I think they're two favored there at plus 115. Even though Jonquel is going to come back for the stretch run, it should be fine for the playoffs. It's going to have a big impact on seeding. When you look at, they look like they might run away with the 1 seed, and now all of a sudden they're in the 2 seed. And in fact, you can get them at plus 210 at FanDuel to get the 2 seed, which I like a lot. But that 1 and 2 seed could be the difference in the playoffs, even if you're at full strength, between a decisive finals game at home and on the road. And we saw last year how that went for them. They were the 1 seed. They got that finals game, that decisive game 5 at home. They squeaked it out in overtime. I think the home crowd pushed them over the top. So that's really key when you get into the playoffs. That seeding could matter a lot. And with them maybe dropping some games here without Jonquel, I do think plus 115, and I don't see any value there.
All right. Any team you like from what's your favorite team that's not the Liberty to win it all?
I would go with the Lynx, especially Nafisa Collier should be back soon. She's missed a few games as well. MVP front runner, and they're the team that's looking like they're going to steal that 1 seed now. Even though they dropped a game the other day without Collier, they're still in first place at this point, and they've been playing excellent basketball on both ends. So they're around plus 300 right now at most books. That's the team that I see some value on.
All right. Well, let's talk about value here on a Wednesday. What's your favorite side tonight?
Well, I'm going with the Valkyries plus 9 against the Liberty. And, one of those 2 wins that the Liberty got without Jonquel Jones was an escape at home against this Valkyries team. They almost lost. Now they go on the road again without Jonquel Jones to one of the most electric environments in the league. Somehow an expansion team is already selling out. It's been amazing to watch. And this Valkyries team continues to cover. They're above 500 as an expansion team. It's one of the best stories in the league right now. And I'm going to continue to beat the drum for them because they have been cover machines, and I don't think it stops tonight. You also have the Liberty without Leonie Fibish, who's playing in Eurobasket, and Sabrina Ionescu is questionable. Now it does look like she is trending towards playing, so they're either without 2 or 2.5 starters, but either way against a Valkyries team who is also missing some pieces, but they have the depth and they don't rely on starters and star power as much as really any other team. So I think 9 is too long of a number for them, especially at home.
All right. Okay. We stick to that game, though. When we talk about our favorite total, what are we playing in it?
We're going with the under. The biggest reason this Valkyries team has been so successful this season has been their defense. They are a perfect case study for why offense maybe is more based on talent, but defense is more based on cohesion, connectedness, game plans, schemes, things of that nature. And they took all these players from the expansion draft, and Natalie Nakase, the first-year head coach, has done an outstanding job at putting together game plans and getting these players to buy in and execute. And you see it night in, night out. They haven't had a game all season go over 165 in regulation. It's been 6 straight games that they haven't let anyone go over 80 in regulation against them. So we're getting a line in the low 160s, 161.5. I think this should be in the 150s where that last game was played against the Liberty, the one that they escaped and won. I think this one should be in the 150s as well. So I think if you're getting 161.5 or if it goes down to 160.5, you're getting great value on the under here with that Valkyries defense.
All right. All eyes on this Liberty Valkyries game. I absolutely love it. We'll close things out with a favorite player prop on a Wednesday.
Well, without Jonquel Jones for the Liberty, Brianna Stewart has been asked to step up a lot in the front court. So I'm going with her over 5.5 rebounds. It's around minus 150 right now. So you got to pay a little bit of juice, but I do think it should be 6.5. So juice is worth the squeeze here. In 7 games without Jonquel Jones, over in 3 of those 4, the one loss being right at 5, in 5 of those games, averaging 7 rebounds per game without Jonquel Jones. And because I like the under, I think there's going to be a lot of missed shots in this game. Both teams like to take the 3. The Valkyries are okay allowing threes to the right shooters. They pack the paint. They'll give you anything easy at the rim. So when you get a lot of threes, you get a lot more missed shots and a lot more rebound opportunities. Stewie's going to be playing a lot of minutes, especially if the Valkyries cover. The game should be somewhat close, so you're going to see her on the floor a little bit more. So I think 5.5 is too low of a number for her. And even at the juice, I love that over.
All right, we're looking for Brianna Stewart rebounds. We're looking for an under in that game. And, of course, we're looking for the Valkyries to cover the +9, which I want to footnote was one of our sports line picks, Calvin. You weren't on the show today. It was one of our sports line picks for the Early Edge 10 a.m. show on the Sports Line YouTube channel. Calvin, thank you very much. Great breakdown, as usual. We got some futures. We got some Wednesday picks in there. And we got to pick some other stuff. We got to transition. We're only 72 days away from football season. Sounds like a long time, but it's not. Aaron Rodgers back in the saddle, but it's in Pittsburgh this time. We're going to break down the Pittsburgh Steelers next with Danny Brasco and R.J. White.